Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the sunrise. Tis a wee bit cloudy, thanks to that storm that just rolled through from the other side. Actually, it rolled across from right to left in front of us. It was kind of cool. You got to watch the front edge of the storm front. You could see it in the clouds. And it passed right along the front of our balcony here as I was waiting for sunrise. And clouds are starting to clear. I don't know if we're actually going to see it crest up over the up there because of the what appears to be some pretty heavy storm cover. But there is something there to be seen, which is kind of cool. We've been down here probably for the last week or so now, hanging out with a couple of our business building, network marketing millionaire friends. Hi, Temp. And learning what they have to share with us about what they've experienced in network marketing and how they've grown their businesses. And, doing some pretty awesome training. And of course, we went to the market and went shopping and went to Turtle Island, Turtle City, where they do the breeding. And we've done some snorkeling and swum up under the docks and just had a fantastic time. Went down to Starfish Beach and went down to Rum Point and looked at some different real estate and some different things down here. And if you keep watching those storm clouds, you might see some cool little lightning going on. But one of the things I wanted to share with you today is how important it is to have the right tools for the job in anything that you're doing. So we decided that we were going to go out snorkeling today and earlier this week. And I don't know if you've ever gone to the dollar store and picked up those kids' snorkels. I know I had them when I was a kid. And I understood that you could use your tongue to close the mouthpiece and then go under the water, and then when you come up you just blow out really hard and clear all the water out of the snorkel. Anybody else have that experience? But then the water doesn't really clear from that dollar store snorkel very well, which you get at Toys R Us, because basically it's just a hose that you're sticking up above the water is all it is. And it's full of water, and I don't have enough breath in my lungs to totally blow all of the moisture back out of there, and then all of a sudden you're inhaling and you're sucking in water. Well, we went to the sporting goods store before we left. It came down here, and my wife, wonderful as she was, picked up a really nice snorkel, which has this cool little valve thingy on the top. We're talking about they're having the right tools for the job, right? When you go under the water, this floats up and closes off. You're not going to be able to see it. Nope. It closes off the tube inside so that the water doesn't get in. And then when you resurface, it opens back up. And for the most part, I must always have a clear tube. And if for any reason there's any water left in there at all, I can reach my hand up out of the water, close that valve, and blow. And there's a drain port in the bottom here. Let's see if I turn around. Where the water can come out the bottom, and it stays out of the place where I'm going to inhale. Because there's this extra part that sticks down here at the bottom, any moisture that does get in hangs out down there rather than being sucked into my cup from Toys R Us or the dollar store. So you got to have the right tools for the job. Now, we probably spent 35 hours on each one of those mask and snorkel sets. And the other challenge is you got to make sure that mask fits your face right. If you got a mustache, it helps to shave a little bit of that off so you get a good seal. And there's different size heads, different size ocular cavities, they call it. So you really want to test those masks and put them on and push them to your face and see if they stick. If they don't stick, it's not the right shape for your head. And you definitely want some anti-fog stuff when you go snorkeling. But anyways, having that really nice snorkel set, that's Mimi's Bar and Grill out there by the dock. We always take the food scraps at the end of the dinner when you're clearing your table, and they dump the food scraps off into the same spot on the side of the dock every time. Which means the fish are used to getting fed there, which means they sit there and swarm. So you can go snorkel in that spot, stand in the middle, and have just a circle, a cyclone of fish swimming around you off Mimi's Dock Bar and Grill. Here at the Moritz Club at the west end of Grand Cayman. Supposedly we're at 80% capacity, but I'll tell you what, the beach has been mostly empty most of the time we've been here. We've had the whole place to ourselves. It's been really neat. There's 3 pools. We've been spending most of the time in the infinity pool over in the Grand, and that's been fantastic. But yeah, you want to talk about a private beach experience away from where all that. We were in town yesterday. There's 5 cruise ships in town. Now you get 5 cruise ships, you're talking between 10 and 25,000 people in additional people on the island. I think the population here is only, what do they say, 50,000 people on the island. Now, of course, jobs here go to the Cominians, but then you can get a work permit if you want to work here. We've had some great conversation with the guys who sell the timeshares and do the different things. And there's some really neat strategies, actually, for monetizing your timeshares. If you get a timeshare and you can convert it to points, there's some different ways that you can take and monetize that and generate some income with it. That's some of the things we've been learning from the millionaire mentors that we've been hanging out with this week, and why we're traveling all over in search of adventure. Find ways to convert those points where you can then sell those weeks off on cheaper weeks where it doesn't take the full point value, rent those out to other people, and you might be able to buy one timeshare and be able to rent it out 4 or 5 different times during the year if they're booking on less expensive weekends using less points. But you got to have a program that allows you to convert to points. Anyways, whole different thing going on there. Back to what I was talking about, the snorkel. So I get out there off of Mimi's, and I was able to, I figured I'm going to hold my breath, and I dived down about 8 feet down to the bottom, taking my underwater camera with me, taking pictures, come back up, resurface, and there's no water in my snorkel. Oh my gosh, snorkeling just became so much more enjoyable. And when the waves come up and splash over the top of your gear, it doesn't come down the pipe that you're trying to breathe through. I was able to snorkel for like an hour out there. It was just phenomenal. Really had a great time, because we spent $35 on equipment instead of $10 on cheap knockoff crap. Sometimes it really helps to have the right tools for the job. So, as we're watching the sunrise, as we're looking for the lightning, as we're seeing the seagulls start to come in, what areas in your life have you been using cheap equipment? Have you been getting by? If you're in a network marketing company like my wife and I, that kind of helps pay for us to take 3 or 4 vacations a year like this, you got to have the right tools. You got to have a decent website. You got to have marketing materials, business cards, postcards. We have a whole stack of postcards that says, how would you like your office to look like this? And it's quite literally a beach scene. Oh, there's a big flash of lightning. And we're able to use those to start a 45-second conversation with people about what it would mean to own your life. I mean, by the time you subtract out the sleeping time, the working time, the commuting time, the things you've got to do each and every day just to pay the bills, most people don't have but 1 to 2 hours a day to do the things they'd really like to do. And if they did, would they have the money and the health to do it? What if I told you that we discovered a way that a person can begin to own their life? We have a system for doing it that's so simple and doesn't require any in-your-face selling. Do you know somebody who'd be interested in an opportunity like that? 45 seconds, that's it. And if they're interested, there's a video they can go watch. And that's our very simple marketing tool. We've been down here talking in the hot tub with people and hand them a postcard. Watch a 12-minute video. If you're interested, I'll show you how to get started. Easy way, and we've been doing this for a couple of years, and now we take 3 vacations a year down here to the Caribbean. How it's just a fantastic, well, 2 to the Caribbean and 1 usually out west to San Diego, California, or Phoenix, Arizona, somewhere out that direction. Do something cool. But you got to have the right tools for the job. For network marketing, you got to have a good marketing material, a good website, you got to have a good lead capture page, you got to have a system for following up with your leads and your referrals. When you're on vacation, you got to have the right snorkel gear. If you're going to go scuba diving, you've got to have a really nice BCD that works for you. You got to have a good set of goggles that fits your face. If you're going to go out in the Hobie Cat, there's the small 16-foot Hobie Cats, and then you get the 22-foot Hobie Cats with both sails up. And man, when we've taken the chintzy ones out, we've taken the 16-footers out, and they're fun and you can sail, but you're not going to fly a hole in one of those. But when you get the 22-footers out with the bigger sails in the front, the extra sail in the front, the jib on the front, man, you can fly a hole, get 4 or 5 in the air, and just be zipping across the ocean out here, especially when the wind's blowing. If you look at those palm trees, you see how much the wind's blowing. Hoping to get you guys a nice shot of some lightning here. If you rent the chintzy sailboat, you're not going to get the cool experience that you get when you rent the 22-footer when you're looking at different Hobie cats. So as you're looking for your different adventures, when you're in search of adventure, when you're trying to make your life more epic, make sure you get the good stuff. You know, spend a little bit of extra. Go the extra mile. It's not very crowded there typically. And get the full deal. The 30-minute jet ski here at the resort is fine, but they keep you between two buoys. You go around the corner to Rum Point for a few bucks more. Hi, Rustlin. For a few bucks more, you can go to Rum Point. You can rent, you know, a jet ski for 90 minutes. Take yourself out to Stingray City with, you know, not anybody supervising you, watching you, making sure you stay between the buoys. And you can go out to Stingray City all by yourself and swim with the stingrays and take pictures with them and do what you want to do. And it's just phenomenal. So I'd much rather spend a few extra bucks, go over to Rum Point and do that there, than to stay here in Moritz and, you know, just go between the boats. They've got some really cool stuff going on. We get up most mornings and we do a nice little walk along the beach. In fact, somebody's out there already. I don't know if you can see her out there between the two trees. Someone's taking their morning beach walk. A good place to run, get your exercise in. Yeah, Freddie, it absolutely is. This is the east end, of Grand Cayman at the Moritz Resort. And right next door to us is the Reef. Both of them are mostly timeshare-based properties, and we've been down here with our millionaire mentors learning about different ways that you can convert timeshares into points and then sell those off, rent those out, and actually rent them 3 or 4 times for what you paid for them, and actually monetize your timeshare. It's kind of a cool deal. But you gotta have a problem that you gotta have a timeshare that allows you to convert to points in order to get a hold of that. So I thought I'd come out and show you guys the sunrise, because when I'm out in search of adventure, that's one of the things I love to do. But unfortunately, because of the storm we got going on, it just rolled in here from right to left. It's kind of blocking what I was expecting to be a really great sunrise. Absolutely, Freddie, I'm with you. Yeah, my wife and I actually really want to come down and visit Australia. That's we're planning. We want to do a 4-week trip and travel the entire continent and get over, of course, to New Zealand as well. And that's one of our goals. Probably for another year or 2 from now, we'll get down and tour all over Australia. So there's one of the guys from the Reef next door raking the sand, trying to make it ready for the guests for today. The other fun part is they've had a real problem with seagrass down here. So you see that line of brown along the shore edge. There's guys every morning out there with a pickup truck and yeah, Brazil, and shoveling up and raking up all the seagrass and keeping it off the beach for the visitors and the folks who are here. They say it's 80% occupied, but those hammocks have always been available anytime we've wanted to go down and use them. And the Grand Infinity Pool is pretty awesome over there. Kaboom! Well, that hammock right there shows you how hard the wind's blowing. Well, friends, this has been great. Just my little encouragement to you to, hey guys, welcome to the party. Just my encouragement to you to find the right tools for the job. If you missed the beginning of the show, feel free to hit the replay. And we hope you guys enjoyed what was sort of a storm. We'll catch you guys on the next scope. If you're in search of adventure, if you want to make life more epic, make sure you subscribe and follow us here at Isacopes, ISACOPES, on all forms of social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and of course here on Periscope. This is Drew in the east end of Grand Cayman saying dream big, dream bigger, hashtag make life more epic. We'll catch you guys on our next scope. Make sure you watch the replay if you just tuned in here at the end. Bye for now.